Day 5, I feel a little more clear-headed today, a little more positive, a little more uh, comfortable in my brain, I guess. As you can tell, I'm inside next to my little cozy corner here. You see the Ultimate Warrior holding my golly, what's it called? Cape's buckle. Uh, but yeah, my word of the year and a couple other things that keep me going. My boy Terry Fox. But yeah, for this video, I actually made some notes for this one. That's how I had a little moment of clarity there for a second. So maybe I can be a little more guided in my approach this time. So a couple notes I have and it's just for anybody that's kind of stuck in the same spot that I was for many years, and that I was. There's been several attempts at quitting, and sometimes more than others it's a process for sure. You learn a lot each time you do it, but this is the first time that I feel comfortable. I feel confident and hopeful. um, Even during the rare craving that I have, I can easily see the light at the end of the tunnel. My reasons are strong. So, yeah, like I said, I have nothing against smoking. I just loved it too much. I seen what it was doing for the many years that I've been smoking, and like I was smoking at least an ounce a week. So that's 28 grams in 7 days. That's a lot. That's a lot. So you smoke as much as I do and as often as I do, then maybe this might be useful. But for me, part of recovery, because this is an addiction, regardless of what anybody will tell you, or it has the potential to become an addiction for sure. At least for me, it definitely was. So, in your recovery phase, when you decide to give it up, you don't want to romanticize or fantasize about the good old days. Um, you'll want to solidify your reasons for quitting. And for me, it was really easy towards the end there. The guilt and the insecurity and the emotional response every time I would light up a joint. I thought it was what I wanted. I thought it would ease my mental suffering, for lack of better words. But it was just making it worse, progressively getting worse. And it's not like I lost my job or friends or yeah, I didn't really. Like I said, I have a professional job. Like I was highly productive. I was a highly functioning pothead, basically. But like, I'm just curious of what my potential really is, if uh, if I'm as clear headed as I could be, and as ambitious as I can be. So yeah, solidify your reasons why you want to stop. Don't fall for the withdrawal lies. Your brain is going to try to trick you as it heals itself, as the neural pathways. I don't know the biology, but as your brain heals, it's going to try to trick you. It's going to lie to you. It's going to say, "Oh, just one more. What's it going to hurt?" Like, "Oh, it'll be different this time." No, no, it will not. It's like a well-established highway. You could stop for. I stopped up to 4 months, and then I was like, okay, I'm good now, and then boom, right back to an ounce a week, like it was nothing. It might have been like a week where it was my tolerance was lower, and it felt like I was in high school again, just getting blitzed off of one joint, but that doesn't last long. The brain just kind of remembers the feeling, and you just want that. You crave that escape. And I'm saying you, but I obviously mean me because I'm staring at my phone, talking to myself. Um, so yeah, don't negotiate with that voice. Even as bad as withdrawal symptoms can be, for me, the triggers, the cravings, they can creep up on you pretty good. And it's the mental process that you have to be aware of. So, uh, again, solidify your reasons. So, and sleep. I find I can fall asleep pretty good, but just because I'm aware to tire your brain out, tire your body out, so that you really have no choice but to fall asleep. But I'll wake up, I'll basically snap myself awake, and I'll be covered in sweat. I'll be very uncomfortable. But get up. Um, I'll do a small run, 3K run, get some push-ups and sit-ups in, maybe meditation, guided meditation from YouTube, just to get your brain back under gravity. Like get your feet on the ground, get your head out of the clouds, pun intended, and just breathe the fresh air. Like it's winter here right now. Well, winter-ish, so fresh air, nature. Um, uh, and appetite would be a big one as well. I don't feel very hungry so much, but little snacks, little meals, lots of water. You got to remember to drink water because your body is healing, so you'll want to stay hydrated. And it's easy to forget because the brain fog is kind of there. You'll be a little confused and hard to really just hard to remember everything, honestly. So where am I at in my notes? My goodness, I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute. And yeah, withdrawal is just the addiction leaving your body. Those old habits took fucking decades to build, so it's not going to happen overnight. You'll want to just celebrate the withdraw as a sign of victory. It's it is the process that you need to go through, and you need to be aware of that feeling of the cannabis, the THC, kind of unbinding your cells in your body. So that's a shitty way of explaining it, but maybe it makes sense. um, Another thing is to find and protect your identity. So what I mean by that is to you almost want to be um, not an example, but you want to be your own hero. You need to detach yourself from expectations of other people. You need to be independent in your own goals and the steps that you need to take to get there. So that'll lead me into the next one, which is to avoid alcohol, at least for a little bit. I was never a big drinker, but I'm very cautious of substitution. You don't want to substitute one addiction for another and then just spiral back down. And alcohol is proven to lower your inhibitions and thought process and everything, and that's exactly what you want to avoid. And yeah, just remember your why, journal it, voice it verbally, tell people, get them to hold you accountable, set some goals, ambitious goals, and just don't underestimate the addiction. It'll try to trick you, especially weeks or months down the road. You can kind of be like, well, I feel better now, so maybe just one won't hurt. Like you're out with the old friends or something, and like I don't mind if they smoke, but maybe kind of avoiding being around it, being around the smell and stuff is smart. But like my good friends still smoke, so I'm not gonna avoid them for the rest of my life. But just to solidify my own mentality, it'd probably be best to kind of distance myself from the old habits for at least for a little while. Excuse me. What else we got? I got write your goals and the benefits of quitting, preferably before you actually quit. So I think I talked about this in another video, but you want to uh, basically write down your one side of the paper, write down your benefits of quitting or why you want to quit, and the other side, the benefits of continuing to smoke. And it should become obvious. And just the attitude of gaining. You're not giving up a whole lot, but what you stand to gain is far more valuable than continuing to smoke, especially if you feel like I did. So you want to be very, very familiar with your reasons, your goals, and why you wanted to quit in the first place. And be ready for the time. It's amazing how much time I spent thinking or like rolling or like actually smoking. So be ready for to find some new hobbies. Obviously, you need to be healthy. You're not going to want to shut yourself in your room and watch movies all day. You're going to need to be proactive. You're going to need to fill the time with skills. So learn marketable skills. And the thing is, with all that time, you could work towards a business, invest the money that you save into a business, and it turns out that you could actually make more money than you thought was possible. And that's where the ambition comes in, the clarity and stuff like that. I want to see like what I'm capable of. So I got some big plans, but for now I'm being patient. Um, um, Lost my train of thought. But right now, yeah. So I'm being patient with myself, allowing my brain to heal, allowing my head to kind of come back down to earth a little bit. Just basically finding my true self. There's a lot of mental wellness things behind behind the scenes where I had to dig a lot into like my childhood and stuff to see where this kind of perpetuates from. Um, and it helps. You got to dig through the bags of shit, and you'll find some golden nuggets in there that you can kind of hang your hat on, work towards, talk about, and just bring it to the light. Like, don't keep it to yourself. Find a support network, confide in them, reach out, do what you have to do. Like, I know it's not comfortable. Like, me fucking talking in this video is not comfortable at all, but I find it helps. I don't care. Like, golly, last night it didn't sit well with me that I was saying, I don't know if anybody watches this or anything. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter so much as me actually doing it. Knowing that I'm putting myself out there and speaking it to the universe is essentially shining a light on the dark places where I like to hide. I'm like a nocturnal little friggin' shadow sometimes, but I mean, not anymore. I'm gonna and like for real. Like, if you need somebody to reach out to, I'm blessed to be at a point where I can be. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I'm able to kind of rationalize and kind of explain a little bit. Explain as I stumble over my words, but you know what I mean. I can be that to somebody if anybody ever kind of reaches out to me. I would be honored to discuss it more. But yeah, just don't rush the process. Enjoy the process. Man, oh man, like there you have so much to gain, very little to lose. I'm enjoying the money that I've saved. It's only day 5. Like, I'm already uh, reaping the benefits of this. So that's all I have on my notes. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I understand even the low points. I'm like I accept the low points. So be ready to accept the burdens as readily as you're accepting the blessings, um, because it's all going to lead you to where you need to be. And that's about it. That's all I got today. This video turned out to be a lot longer, as they tend to do. Shout out Joe the engineer for this sweater. If you like it, I'll post a link. Rest in peace, Prodigy. You know, you know what I'm saying. 333. If you need a sign, man, this is it. This is your sign to get something done. But yeah, peace and love, baby. That's all it is. Peace, love, and clarity. How about that? Right on. See you in day 6.